Hi there. Hope that you are having a good day. I just wanted to update you on the next thing that you can be working on. If you're working on your Q3 grade improvement, I've already released one assignment on equations, and this will be on inequalities. So this starts off with what are inequalities? So inequalities are anything in math that shows the relationship between two things. 5x plus 6 is one thing, versus 20 minus 2x is the second thing. And in the middle, you have a symbol. So in this case, we're saying 5x plus 6 is less than 20 minus 2x. So an inequality is anytime you see a statement, or it's called a math sentence like this. Okay, so a variable can be in the inequality. So it could be n, x, any variable. A constant is anything besides the variable. So here we have 5x minus 3. The minus 3 is the constant. It's what's being done to the variable. You're subtracting 3 from it. So that's a constant. A coefficient is the number in front of the variable. So negative 4y, the negative 4 is the coefficient. 3x, the 3 is the coefficient. 4x squared, 4 is the coefficient, and squared is the exponent. So coefficient, anytime you see a coefficient, that just tells you that's what's being multiplied by the variable. Okay, the operations that you'll see in these problems: add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And the inverse operations are all there. If you want to review this on your own, you're welcome to. Your goal in solving an inequality is to isolate. And of course, to isolate means you get whatever the variable is that it asks for alone. In this inequality, we have A and B. So A is what's on the left, B is what's on the right. So if you want to describe this in words, you would say A is, whoops, I forgot to flip it. A can be any amounts which are less than B. So if I was to give an example of that, you could have 3 is less than 4. What else is less than 4? Well, you could have negative 3 or any amount. So the key here is it can be any amount that's less than 4. So any amount less than 4 in this case. So that's how that works. Okay. Let me erase that. We'll move on to the next one. Okay. So this one would be A is greater than B. This one is A can be any amount less than or equal to B. So if you see this line underneath it, it's half of an equal sign. We say A can be any amount less than or equal to B. And then this one would be A can be any amount greater than or equal to B. So those are your 4 inequalities that you see most often. There's a 5th one, and it's this symbol, which means the left side cannot equal the right side, so they have to be different amounts. Okay, the word sum means what you get after you add 2 things. So the sum of 1 and 2 is 3. Difference. So if you look at this example, you have 8 pounds and 3 pounds. So what's the difference between 8 pounds and 3 pounds? The difference means you subtract, and the answer would be 5 pounds. So difference is subtraction. Product. So what happens when you multiply? So 5 times 3. Quotient means when you divide. Okay. And then an equation was what we've already covered when there's an equal sign. And an expression is whenever there's no equal sign at all. So just 3x plus 2. And then there's some examples for you here at the end. Okay, that's it.